Today we're talking about how Tesla stock fell 65% in 2022. Tesla's market cap got to over $1 trillion near the end of 2021. Only a handful of companies have gotten there, including Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Saudi Aramco. Today, Tesla's market cap is just over $300 billion. The share has started off 2023 under pressure. What's happened? Well, firstly, the stock market in general was in a bear market. The S&P 500 was down 20%, the Nasdaq was down 33%. Some people see Tesla as a technology company that happens to make cars. If you take that point of view, you can compare Tesla's performance to the likes of Apple, which was down 26%, Microsoft down 28%, Alphabet, which was down 39%, or Amazon, which was down 50%. Some people take a more conservative view of Tesla and still see it as fundamentally a car company. Traditional automakers also struggled last year. General Motors was down 42%, Ford was down 43%, but at a 65% decline, Tesla underperformed most of its peers, whether you define its peers as technology companies or traditional automakers. As with all things Tesla, a lot of this traces back to Elon Musk. He bought Twitter for $44 billion this year and became its CEO. It was effectively a leveraged buyout. That is, a private equity play where a lot of the purchase price of the acquired company is paid for with debt that the acquired company, Twitter in this case, is saddled with. All that extra debt has put extra pressure on Twitter to deliver financially. Elon fired the board and appointed himself as CEO. The problem for Tesla investors is that it's hard to see how this is not a distraction from Tesla for Elon. Now, love him or hate him, you've got to admit that the guy gets a lot done. Before Twitter, he wasn't just the CEO of Tesla, but was also the CEO of SpaceX and Neuralink. Plus, he somehow finds a way to drop a lot of tweets in between all of that. But there's understandably a concern that he may finally have spread himself too thin, and Tesla, the company, may be suffering as a result. Elon himself has been weighing on the stock price. He's funded his portion of the $44 billion for Twitter in part by selling Tesla shares. He sold close to $40 billion since Tesla peaked in terms of its valuation. Understandably, that's really weighing on the company's stock price. And can you blame the market? I mean, if the talisman CEO and largest individual shareholder of a company is selling off his own shares, it's natural for investors to start getting a little nervous. It's like if your girlfriend starts selling all her stuff on Facebook Marketplace. You're gonna start wondering if something's wrong. At the very least, selling that much stock suggests that he didn't see Tesla as dramatically undervalued at that valuation. But it's not just Elon weighing on the stock price. The world economy has started to slow down and is likely to enter a recession soon. If a recession does come, a lot of investors worry that Tesla might have a bit of a rough ride. I mean, let's face it, electric cars aren't exactly the first thing most people think of when they're trying to cut back on expenses. During tough economic times, people are less likely to splurge on luxury items like electric cars. And while Tesla has certainly done a lot to make their cars more affordable in recent years, they're still not exactly what you'd call a budget option. So if a recession were to hit and people started tightening their belts, it is possible that Tesla sales might take a bit of a hit. Now, that's not to say that Tesla is going to go belly up or anything like that. Far from it, in fact. It's just something to keep in mind. Tesla has told investors that it expects to grow annual vehicle deliveries by at least 50% a year over a multi-year horizon. A recession may make that more challenging. There have also been recent reports of cutbacks in production at their Shanghai facility. Even with the 65% decline last year, Tesla's still worth over $300 billion. It's proven a lot of smart people wrong in the last few years. It'll be fascinating to see how the next few years go.